Hello, I am Margaret Workman. I wanted to talk to you today about empiricism. It is a type of philosophy, and I read about it in this dictionary of philosophy. I have heard about it my whole life, but I never really understood it. And so then I jotted some things down trying to understand more about it. Empiricism basically says that knowledge comes through experience and not through innately knowing things. Knowledge comes from experience, and that no knowledge at all and no knowledge with outside influences is possibly gained without experience. In my opinion, both of these statements represent the positive and negative language of the same situation, which leads to the same conclusion. Experience can refer to information received on purpose and with direct understanding, and that information is received through using a person's senses and other ways as well. Now, all of these are just my understanding of empiricism. Other people might understand it to be something different. So this is just my opinion. So empiricism goes further to say that no knowledge whatsoever can be obtained at all just through theorizing, but has to be obtained through experiences and observation. This empiricism denies that truth can be understood without experience. It also denies that truth comes from universal truths, and that there is a general knowledge that is relevant without past, present, or future experience. It denies that a person has automatic knowledge about situations without experience to guide them. It denies also that truth comes from logic only or self-understanding. It denies that making deductions about situations should be supported. It denies that information can be obtained through assumptions. It denies that truth can be established by saying that the opposite is true. And it believes that conventional or arbitrary definitions or assumptions can yield knowledge. That part is, I didn't really reword that from the book, so just that one part. It believes that ideas and concepts come from experience. That it also believes that theories about meanings of situations can be condensed to presented data, and that understanding of the experience that was used to get to that understanding of those situations, or the meanings that came from all of the experiences one has had regarding that one situation, and if the same consequences came from two differing original theories, then those meanings are identical. Empiricism argues that knowledge is limited to only the experience one has directly and knows about personally and up close. A general knowledge can be had, but that type of knowledge is still arguably unknown. It argues that truth is obtained through the relationship of truth established through experience that proves that truth, which follows through to the identification of that truth through the experience, which then establishes truth definitely. Then it talks about existent or real, and experience could lead to the understanding of each one separately, or both together if needed, in order to gain knowledge about situations. It wants to say that natural consequences come through knowledge. You know what? I didn't read that right. Sorry. That's what happens when you scribble everything and then you can't even read it. Okay, so It wants to say that through natural consequences comes knowledge. And it leaves logic and rationality behind. And, well, empiricism takes into consideration only variable, particular, or changing ideas that lead to one's understanding. It also leaves out the ideas of universal understandings. Immutable or unchanging, and the reason why is because change leads to giving knowledge. And then it talks about that it leaves out the word necessary. And when I think of necessary, I think of like a universal knowledge. That it can be compared to having a universal knowledge. And empiricism is against that. So in order to gain knowledge, because those words can lead to the idea that we gain knowledge innately. And so, let's see. Also, when I think of necessary, I think it's like an understood I or an understood you, or some sort of universal body language that we are supposed to innately know. Or something that is necessary is something we are supposed to know about without having to gain an understanding through experience for that situation. So empiricism is against all of that. It says that only through experience can we understand those things, and we shouldn't be have to understand innately about someone else's body language or something that was supposed to be done and we just didn't, like universally, a universal truth, and we just didn't know what that was. So it's against that. That only through experience can we understand things that are true. And that also, for scientific reasons, when practicing research, having certain methods or methodologies, empiricism looks to observing the outcomes through self-involvement and not using innate knowledge for reflection or understanding when experimenting through using actionary actions derived from self. That's what I have for empiricism. There are many books, I believe, written on that. So that's kind of the idea that I think about, or that I read. Those are the ideas that I understood from what I read. So thank you for listening. Bye.